Rich and poor, working and not working people, healthy and unhealthy, always given the same time every day. It's a gift given to us, but only few manage and master it. Join me today in this webinar as we discuss personal productivity guide that will help you to manage time. I'm Ber Salazar, your speaker. It's a short webinar but full pack of advices to make your day worthwhile. You can use this webinar to share to your team during pep talk and meeting to make your day rolling. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel to be updated on short webinars I offered. Let's proceed. Our first personal productivity guide is state that time is irreplaceable. You may not agree with me, but it's a universal truth. Once time was lost or passed by, you can never get it back unless we already invented the time machine to go back in time. Each and every one of us, we have our own division of time in a given day. Some allocated 8 hours for sleep and 8 hours for work or more than that. The rest is in between, like personal matters, eating, taking a bath, transportation, siesta time, shopping to the malls. For guys, they love games, and for others, they love watching movies, doing some TikTok, or scrolling Facebook, and watching YouTube, or sometimes Netflixing, and others. Okay? Since we have only 24 hours per day, there are aspects of our life that eats up our day, like work, family, friends, and self-time. Most successful people guard their time carefully and use every minute wisely. Time is an asset that is more valuable than money, right? Do you believe in it? Was your time worthwhile? Have you guarded it from time waster na sometimes nasa paligid lang natin mga taong time wasters? I hope you did. You have to guard yourself from that. So, let us now focus on working time. The in-between and sleeping time is not my concern for now because you are the master of it, right? Hindi ko na yung pakikialaman. But, just a reminder, make a sleeping time a resting time for your health rejuvenation and the in-between time for your enjoyment of the pleasure of life can give. Our productivity guide number 2, identify most important tasks and do it first. Successful people, disciplined people, always look at the most important tasks, or we call it the MIT. They break it to SMART, which you already know, become specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Your focus should be finishing your MIT before moving on to the next or other things that you need to do. Once you identify your MIT, do it first. Have you reviewed your MIT? Maybe it's time for you to check it out, right? Okay, the brain works best during the first couple of hours every morning. If you are a morning person, this is the best time to focus on your MITs. Get an early start to give your time to focus and avoid distraction. However, if you are an afternoon person, you should do the same. If you focus to get done the MIT, you can enjoy your day because MIT helps you achieve more with less stress. Okay, work from your calendar is our number 3 productivity guide. Effective people depend on a tightly scheduled calendars that allows them to focus on their MITs first. Their calendar looks like they list down all the MITs, even if it is a call for a contractor, a review of a quotation, completing reports, making a drop-off drawing, doing rounds in your facilities, scheduling a meeting, and giving follow-up. Those tasks should be related to your MITs. You should have a calendar in your desk or you should print one. Can you reflect today to have a calendar in your desk? Now, let's have some assignment. Print a weekly calendar similar to the image in your screen. List down time from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and list down your MITs. Do follow up in the morning and calling contractors and following up your team for the things that you have given them some assignment. Don't do it in the afternoon. You know why? They probably been bombarded with other MITs. So, reserve your afternoon for documents creation and emails and meeting. If meeting is an MIT to make the day rolling, as a leader, then make it first and do it in the morning. Others called it some pep talk, others called it direction pass down or giving an update to make the day start rolling. Okay? For our number 4 productivity guide, let's overcome procrastination. Procrastination is a serious problem. It is the greatest enemy of everyone. It is a cycle of downward spiral of feeling guilty, panic when deadline approaches, makes excuses more often, then procrastinating again. What you need to do is avoid too much distraction and stay focused on your most important task. Once procrastination kicks in, a person feels anxious and make a promise to do it later that make a person feel relieved. But he do something else with less pressure and then get back to the most important task again and stop, and the cycle begin. This is possibly due to many factors. When deadline approaches, you will feel pressured because probably you are distracted by the personal problem you have or some social media things that floats in your thought or family concern or sometimes sickness. Solution: clear your mind and avoid distraction. Stay focused. Always ask yourself what's the next step to do and do it. There are ways to beat procrastination. Break down tasks into small manageable steps and reward yourself when you think you overcome a big hurdle. Trick yourself to get started and pretend you are already a productive person today. The key is to get started. Don't worry if it is not perfect. If you think you want to perfect it, sometimes it will slow you down. Remember, no one is perfect, so stop procrastinating, okay? So our number 5 productivity guide is time out when it's time. Our society loves to make martyrs of those who work long hours every day. The truth is, working long hours doesn't mean you're working smarter. You become thief of your own happiness. Sometimes it's okay to work long hours, especially if it is emergency and we need to comply to deadlines and urgent requirements for business continuity, but not every day, okay? So, you have to observe to leave the office when it is time. Successful people know their limitation and pick their top priorities for the day. Once the end of the day comes, they leave the rest of their work for the next day. Work is never ending. If you don't set boundaries, it will choke you to death. So, solution: focus on your most important tasks, then leave the office at a reasonable time, and take a look at your another part of your life. Enjoy your pets, talk to your spouse or partner, tell a story to your kids, have some spa moment, make inventory of your skills and your investment. You have to read good books, watch a movie sometimes, visit your parents, maybe they deserve to be visited, go to church, and wander in the park. So, limit online games, okay, and social media scrolling for 15 minutes or 4 times a day, just to make you enjoy a little bit of your time, okay? Our number 6 productivity guide is write a journal or write in a notebook. Sounds girlish to male-dominant society, right? But it's not girlish. There are lots of study that says writing down your thoughts free up your mind. The study shows that successful people keep taking notes of important and random thoughts, great ideas, and meeting takeaways, okay? The act of writing things down makes you remember information more clearly so you can act upon it later. Okay? So writing down things organize your mind. It clarifies your goal and most important tasks. Your journal helps you to focus on your most important tasks because you write it down. So writing down what's on your mind improves your learning. Also, writing down makes your heart gives thanks for your small wins, and it helps you to boost your self-confidence. It helps you to discipline your thoughts, okay? And our number 7 productivity guide says, execute 3210 principle. A study by McKinsey Global Institute that email take 30 to 50% of people time in the workplace. Email is an easy way for people to place their priorities in your life. Manage your time using 3210 principle and reclaim your freedom, okay? What is a 3210 principle? How can I adapt it? So, just a few data gathered is speaking about the truth how much time we spend in emails. Did you know that only 10% falls on relevant matters? And sometimes we spend 20 hours per week and mostly 70% managing it. And others, 82% will fail to keep you on top of it. So most of the day, you are just reading your emails. So the 321 0 principles tells us this. We need to spend 3 times a day only browsing email with our time limit of 21 minutes. So, set a timer for 21 minutes, browse important email. If reply needs more time, tag it for later. Browse other and delete unnecessary or archive it. On the second time that you will be reading your email, example after lunch, if no email in the inbox, answer the requested data where you tag the email that needs answer. Time yourself for 21 minutes. And on the third time, probably 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., check email again and do the same process, 21 minutes. Answer precise, short and concise, eliminate so many copy furnish. Use other communication when clarifying like text or chat or Viber messages before replying. Respect others' time and your time. That's the 321 or the 3210 principle. You have to practice it now. Our productivity guide number 8 is scheduled meeting as last resort. Okay? Meeting should be the last resort. It's a way to inform. It gives you update. You want to solicit ideas, you want some brainstorming, you want to clarify policies and direction, and you want to create solution. That's the purpose of your meeting supposed to be. So meeting should be short, okay? Minimum of 30 minutes to maximum of 1 to 2 hours are still better. Beyond that, it's no good, okay? Before the meeting, everyone should be informed with agenda and everyone is expected to share their thoughts and their ideas or comments or reaction or resolution. Agenda should be time and everyone should confirm that there are no questions on a certain idea or things are clarified before going to the next agenda. So, meetings also ask for commitments. So, it's time to ask for commitments and timeline and other information and action item everyone is responsible. So, those are elements of taking things into the meeting. At the end of the meeting agenda, have some time to chat and feel the spirit of a team. Make it short and memorable for everyone. Our number 9 productivity guide is learning to say no. Saying no seems like a simple enough task, but you probably don't want to hurt any feelings or look rude when you're doing so. But saying no makes you productive because you can free up more time for your MIT. Can you say no to your boss? Yes or maybe. Let him understand that you have priorities too, but if it is for team effort, then you have to consider what your boss says. Exercise your saying no muscle. Don't agree to any request that doesn't support your top priorities. If you have extra time, mark your calendar for the request. Our number 10 says, follow Paretto principles. The Paretto rule says that 20% of our work or our effort leads to 80% of result. So the same, if you focus on small things like 80% effort, it will lead to 20% result. It's all about balance of inputs and output. Don't give time to small things that has a small amount of result in a given day. Pahuli mo na yun gawin, okay? Focus on the big one. Focus on the 20% effort that will give you 80% result. You can be happier and less stressed by identifying the 20% of the effort of inputs that are most important, and you can expect a greater outcome as a result. Locate yourself, for example. You know you are doing an MIT that belongs to 20% if you feel uncomfortable and you don't want to do it because it's an MIT that would result to 80%. It's hard, you know. Or you know you're already on MIT and you feel happy about it because you know that the result will be 80%. And you know an activity that you believe you will develop to become a better and aligned with your purpose. Or you feel part of the greater whole that the result is too high impact and the output is 80% and you are smiling, okay? So if you locate yourself and you are on the 80% location, you will know that you are doing an urgent task and your activity take longer time and you find yourself complaining you are tired and sometimes you feel that the work was so many. Okay, you are on the 80% location and you are working on tasks that was delegated to you and your output just falls on 20% of the result. Not much, di ba? Our guide number 11 is to focus on your strength to make your most important task. I suggest you list down your strength, cultivate it further to help the team or your region. You have lots of strength, it should be used for the better. However, identify also your weaknesses and start to improve. If you see procrastination as a weakness, get back to what we have learned to resolve it. If we are disorganized, learn to be organized. If we are shy, we have to learn to speak up. Sooner, we can overcome our weakness and increase our strength. Our number 12 productivity guide is name your days of the week. This is a good one. Effective people name their days of the weeks. Example, if Monday is an approval day, make sure all your approval are complete by Friday to be ready on Monday, right? If Tuesday are meetings, make sure all your concern and unclear thoughts or questions are answered and report are ready. If Wednesday are follow-up days, make sure by Tuesday afternoon, you have the list of the things to follow up and update on the next day. If Thursday is a team meeting or a thinking time or rounds, plan it well. Okay? List down what you need to do. If Friday is planning and documenting day, make sure you accomplish what will be used on Monday. Make things in your MIT moves, okay? Devoting an entire day to a specific theme is part of collective focus and improve productivity. Number 13 productivity guide is what we call the 5-minute task. Do it quick. You need to identify your task and label it 5 minutes to do. Then do it in 5 minutes challenge. Make a list of your follow-ups. Spend time as follow-up days and do it in 5 minutes. List what you want to say. List when you want it and what action item you want the receiver to do. And you have to do it immediately, okay? Second to the last is me time. This is wonderful, you know. The study says that successful people schedule time to focus on their happiness and health, both physical and mental or spiritual. You need to spend time daily for yourself. Example, 60 minutes is all okay to power up your day. Take a nap on your break time or eat chocolates, call your loved ones, chat to your friends, and sometimes you need to crack a joke to your friends. Make connection and share your experience. Laugh with them. This time is for you, so make it a routine. It is called me time, okay? So you have to have a me time for yourself. The last productivity guide is about your energy and focus. We cannot stretch time to fit our needs, but we can develop focus so that our energy will flow with less resistance. All of us have the best time of the day. Know it and work on your most important task on that time. Relax to create more energy. Eat healthy foods and enjoy the life can give at the moment. Okay? In the end, happy person and happy teams create desirable working environment where stress was less. Remember to manage your time. We have all 24 hours in a day. We need to focus on our MIT in life and in work. In the process we call life, always enjoy it to the fullest. Thank you. I'm Ber Salazar. And I hope in little ways I inspired and motivate you to enjoy your work and life. See you again in the next short webinar. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to connect, and any opinion expressed in this webinar is the personal opinion of the speaker and does not necessarily represent from the company he worked with. For images disclaimer, the images used in this webinar is for illustrative purposes and only came from public search engine like Google and was properly referenced. Some images came from my subscription as copyright-free images, and the images shown in this webinar were used to clarify ideas being presented in a given slide. The speaker takes no responsibility for the information conveyed by the images and does not exert any editing on the image, and therefore does not assume any liability if the information conveyed by the image is correct. All images created deserve to be acknowledged. Should you want to know more, there are series of short webinars I created already. Update will be posted to YouTube for easy access. If you find this seminar useful, please share it with others and subscribe. See you in the next series, okay?